This is the new wood cedar fence and gate that I just installed in order to replace this existing old cedar fence that was there. There's another section of it. He has another section propped up right there. This fence was 15 to 20 years old at least. It was falling down. It is rotten in all places. The main concern that he had when I first came to give this price was that this gate did not swing. That post was rotten off and the gate dragged across the ground. Part of the issue why that gate dragged across the ground when it did, which it now no longer does, it swings smoothly and perfectly, was because this fence, like I said, the original fence was installed 15 to 20 years ago. Then a lot of landscaping happened. A lot of fill, dirt, mulch, bushes, everything came in, built up around the bottom of the fence. And then, according to the customer, he installed, or his father installed, this little stone landing where the gate opens. And when that happened, it was installed so high that the gate then dragged. So, in installing the new gate, my remedy was to do it properly and keep that gate up the 1.5 or 2 inches that it takes for that gate to swing without dragging perfectly. The fence is kept as close to the ground as possible, all the way down, in keeping with the top lining up as best as possible, because like I said, lots of landscaping and building up and things happened since the original fence went in. One complaint the customer does have is that the spacing between the boards on this new fence is slightly different from that which was on the existing fence. The existing fence spacing was about 1 7/8 inches. The new fence averages about 2 1/8. None of them are exactly the same. It's the way that it happens when things are lined up on these 8-foot long pre-manufactured professional cedar fence panels. I did not manufacture them. I purchased them from the professional fence supplier. This is how they come. There's not much I can do that in 20 years, the spacing between 2 different products from 2 different companies installed by 2 different people was slightly off. The customer seems to think that everything should have been, in his words, exactly the same. And another complaint he has is because things aren't quote unquote exactly the same, his attempts now to reuse this old fence to go along the top of his wall here where everything is rotten out. He says now that old fence will not match perfectly with that fence. This was never something that I was told had to happen. It was never said that this had to be reinstalled in order to match perfectly with that. I was hired to install this, which was done perfectly, professionally, and solidly. There's no issues with this fence. There's no issues with this gate. Everything has been done properly.